welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today, I don't know if you've noticed, the setup is a little bit different. I mean, only the wall really. And it's because I'm at my friend's place. We are trying to move to the new place. I'm trying to find a place and move to a new place in a pandemic is ridiculous and impossible. We've had scammers, we've had all kinds of situations happening to us in this time. So yeah, but as you saw, that's a story for another time. As you saw from the title, it is a story time about how I was dating a gay guy. So I'm gonna get right into the video because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm gonna exclude his job, his occupation, and I'm gonna exclude the year, simply because that will just make it too obvious who it is. Some people know who he is, and I'm trying to protect his privacy. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I met this guy. We were friends, you know. We became friends. We became really cool, and he's a really, really cool, nice guy and whatever, and it was really chill. There were the perks of his job, so I would always go to his office to chill and enjoy the perks of his job. Like people would come in with contracts, all those kind of things. So it was a lot of fun. Like it was a nice friendship. And fast forward maybe a year or something later, he was like, oh, I really like you, you know, we should see where this goes, this, that, and the other. And I was like, look, his work ethic was very sexy to me because he was very hardworking. So I was like, yeah, I'm down to see what happens with that. Like I'm open to getting to know you on that level. You know, I'm open to seeing where this goes, basically, in a nutshell. So he was like, yeah, awesome, you know, cool. Mind you, at this point, we hadn't done, you know how you have friends that you guys are like cool with each other, whatever, but, and then maybe sometimes you guys do something. We hadn't done anything at this point. So we started dating. So I would always, he would come over to mine, because I lived on my own. So he would come over to mine, I would go over to his, things like that. Like, it was just like, you know how beginning of relationships go, you guys are talking to each other, all that stuff. And then as we started dating, a lot of people started coming up to me to say, yo, Taje, do you know that this guy is gay? I was like, what do you mean by he's gay? That's not even possible, like, chill. They had known him longer than I had, because I came from England and he had been in Nigeria all this time. So they were like, do you know that this guy is gay? You know this guy is gay, right? A lot of people were even like convinced that they knew he was gay and telling me they knew people that he was smashing. And I was like, that's not even, I was like, okay, you know, whatever. So I had a conversation with him about it. I was like, hey, you know, a lot of people have been coming up to me asking me why I'm dating you because they say you're gay. You know, I just want to know what that's about. And he was like, no, why would I say that? You know, I should stop listening to people. That is so unfair. You know, he's so tired of these rumors. The rumors are becoming so ridiculous and he's so sick of it. I was like, oh, wow. So I felt bad for bringing up something that, you know, people have been using to taunt him is for like a couple of years. So I was like, oh, I apologize, you know, and then I kept it pushing. I didn't bring it up again. Then I started to pay attention to things because I wanted to know for sure if that was the situation, you know. I was thinking he can't possibly be gay. He's probably bisexual or something because why is he dating me? But, you know, we'll talk about that at the end of this video. Why is he dating me? So, you know, I was like, that's not possible. You know, obviously this guy's attracted to me. I mean, if I dance with him, you know, certain things happen. So clearly he must be attracted to me. If we do, you know, if we hang, certain things happen, whatever. And then I started to pay attention. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. There's something in the same bed, either in my house or his house, probably, I wouldn't say 7 or 8 times, and nothing happened. Like, nothing. Not one thing happened. Not even like breeze happened. Like we'd be in the same bed and he wouldn't even like hold me, wouldn't like nothing. I mean, look at me. I'm pretty fine, you know? So I was like, I knew I wasn't the problem because I mean, yeah, I never for one second thought I was the problem. I just started to pay attention to things that he would do. So I noticed that, so when I picked that up, I started to count the times that we'd be, you know, in bed and nothing would happen. I think there was a time where I probably held him to sleep, which I'm not really a cuddler like that, but I felt like I wanted to check to see what would happen. So I think I held him to sleep and then he held me for a little bit and eventually I slept off and I realized that he had moved. You know, but that's what cuddlers, if you cuddle with someone, you don't want cuddles the whole night. That's ridiculous. People split eventually. So I didn't pay attention to that. But then I started to watch and I started to see, you know, the things that he would do in our relationship. Like, we would go places. Oh my gosh, you still haven't hit the subscribe button. Please hit it. Thank you. And the other gay guys that are openly gay that everyone knows about would look at me sideways. One of them is actually my friend. He came up to me and he was like, wait, don't joke. Are you and this guy dating? I was like, yeah. He was like, wait, Taje, stop it now. I was like, wait, I don't understand. Why is it that this is happening, you know? And all the gay guys knew him. When they would see him, they would come and greet him. I mean, you don't have to discriminate against anyone. Everyone can be your friend. But I just felt like we would go places and the people that would say hello to him were either people he had worked for or gay guys. That's just what it was, you know? It was never girls. It was like, if it was females, it would be women that he had worked for. So I just found that really, it started to raise red flags for me, because we'd go to events together, all that good stuff. And it was just crazy. So there was this time we went somewhere, and this gay guy that I know, he's a friend of mine, he, you know, saw us at the event, and he saw that this guy, this boyfriend of mine, was standing with me and not really mingling around the place. And the gay guy found, I don't even know how, because I can't remember if I walked away to get something or if I was talking to someone. I must have been talking to someone. And this gay guy walked up to me and he's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm good, you know. And he goes, I want to give you a task. I was like, oh, what's the task? He was like, he was like trying to be, you know, cute, funny, and like not be invasive and be invasive at the same time. So he was like, I want you to check, let's call, I just realized I didn't give my boyfriend a name. Let's call my boyfriend Jackson. He was like, I want you to check Jackson's phone today. I was like, why would I do that? He was like, just check. I'm pretty sure he still doesn't have a password. I was like, how would you know that he doesn't have a password? You know, I just felt really funny about the fact that he knew that he didn't have a password. Like, I feel like you need to really know someone, you know, to know that they don't have a password. So that really was funny to me. But I was like, okay, whatever. He was like, yeah, just check his phone, check his messages, and type come. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, just do that. And I was like, okay, this just sounds really weird. It's so funny I'm talking about this now. I've actually never told any of my friends this story. It's weird. Anyways, so he was just like, type come on the phone, in the text messages, and then WhatsApp and all that good stuff. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I went, we got home, because I think I was staying at his that night. Yeah, I was staying at his that night. And, I skipped something, hold on. So before we went to this event, there was another night that we went for an event. We went out and he was really drunk. We had drank quite a lot, but I don't know. I think it's the waffy blood in me. I don't get drunk, but I can get a bit tipsy. But he was drunk. So we were standing outside. We were at my house. We were standing outside my house. I think I said he couldn't sleep. For whatever reason, he wasn't sleeping over that night. So he was going to go home. So we were standing outside. He ended up sleeping over the night, by the way. Not like anything happened. But we were standing outside my house. We were waiting to get in. And he was really drunk. And then he grabbed me and started kissing me. So I would say that's probably the only time that we really like properly kissed. And at that time, I thought of it as liquid courage, because I thought, okay, maybe he's just a shy guy and he doesn't know how to, you know, how to attack the situation or how to do things with me, even though he has made me his girl at this time. You know, so I just said, oh, okay, liquid courage. I told a friend of mine, she was like, oh yeah, probably liquid courage. And then we kept it pushing. So when this guy that knew him, that they were acting like they didn't really know each other, because mind you, Jackson was with me the whole night at this event. So when I stepped away, this other guy said, check Jackson's phone, you know, and type come, search for come. So I was like, that's so weird. But I was like, okay, whatever. So I thought, to be honest, at that moment, I don't even think I thought maybe he's cheating on me with a girl. I just thought it was weird. I don't know what I thought, but I definitely wasn't thinking cheating, you know, cheating with a girl. I don't know. So I was like, okay, no, whatever. So we got home. We got to his house that night, and then he slept off. I don't sleep early. It's the thing. So I usually sit up, read something, read a book, scroll through the website, whatever. So, you guys, I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. I'm not the person to check a guy's phone. I just don't see the point. you know, because you know when you say this, there's a saying, what you're looking for you will find. It's a Nigerian thing. What you're looking for you'll find. So it's a situation of me going to check that phone, I'm gonna end up finding something. So I don't check guys' phones because you end up looking for something, or you end up finding what you're not looking for and all that. So I'm just not the type. I just don't care, because I don't expect you to do the same to me. I just expect that we both respect each other's privacy. Yeah. So I picked up his phone as he was asleep and I typed come. And you guys, I can't even describe the things I saw on his phone. But to say that I was in shock, and I don't know why I was in shock, because everyone had told me, but I had ignored it, and I had said, no, it's not possible. And I had a conversation with him, and I felt like me and him were close. I mean, we're friends till this day, to be honest, but I felt like me and him were close, so I felt like he could have told me, you know, he could tell me. Like, it's just one of those situations where I feel like we were close enough for him to confide in me. So I didn't understand why until he told me a couple of months after the whole situation. Anyways, so I checked the phone and I saw videos of guys wanking that they sent to him. Other guys, some guys that I know and he knows, but guys that are around us, you know, and they were sending videos of themselves wanking and coming and sending to him, and he was doing the same for them. And then there was things and slap your dick on my face, all kinds of things that I just could not unsee. Basically, I just couldn't unsee it, and I was just really shocked. I was completely shocked, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, wow, Taje. Yeah, I was completely shocked, and I don't know why I was shocked, because so many people had said it, but I just felt like I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. So for that to happen was just really, really surprising for me. So yeah, there was all kinds of things. I can't even say half the things that were on there, but there was all kinds of things. It was clear to me that a lot of guys were trying to get with him because of his position and because of what he was doing with his life. He's a very successful guy. So they were trying to get with him, so they would send all these things to him, and he would respond to a few of them that he felt like, you know, he probably could confide in or whatever. And he would send them stuff as well and all that. So what did I do? I closed the phone and I put it down next to him, and I got up and I left. Because he was asleep. So I got up and I left and I went home. And in the morning he called me and he's like, hey, what's up, what happened? You left so abruptly. And I was like, oh, we need to talk, you know. And he's like, oh God, what did I do? I was like, nothing, we just need to talk. I just need to understand, you know, where you're coming from. So he came over. I think he had a long day of work that day, and he was like, okay, let me just cancel a few things and then I'll see you. And I was like, okay, cool. So he sent his staff out to do the things he needed to do, and he came over to mine. And then when he came over to mine, he said, you know, what's going on? You just left like that. It never happened. And I was like, I don't want to, you know, say this because I feel like you're gonna react like every guy would, but I need you to be honest. So I was like, I went through your phone, and because someone, you know, the party we went to yesterday, so I told him the person, I was like, this guy said I should check, and he was like, why would he do that? I was like, well, because you guys clearly have fucked in the past, you know. And the guy, and he was like, why would he, like, that's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, you know when you're in a situation where you don't want to come off like you're being disrespectful of the person's choices, but at the same time, you're feeling disrespected because the person wasn't being honest to you. You know, so I was really trying to be as nice as possible as I possibly could. So I was like, look, I just feel like you weren't being honest with me, you know, in this relationship, because at the end of the day, I'm going through your phone and I'm seeing things from people that you've been texting and sending messages to as we've been dating. There's a difference. It's different if you did it in your past, or if you're telling me that you're bisexual and you've done that and it's now, but this is a situation of you're doing it right now and this is when we're dating, you know. And then I just need an honest answer from you. Like, are you gay or are you bisexual? Like, what is the situation and why are you lying to me? And then he started crying. I feel like guys cry when they're trying to get out of shit they know that there's no way out. So he started crying. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It wasn't intentional. I just really like you. Only ever dated guys. I've actually never been with a woman. But I just feel like if I told you that, someone that's like experienced, not be very open to it. And I was like, but you just said that someone that, you know, I'm your friend. And you felt like I'm someone that... So if anything, you should be able to tell me the truth so that I can take it how I want to take it, you know, as opposed to just keeping me in the dark and everyone is telling me that this guy's gay and I'm looking stupid because we're going to events together. People that know you and that have messed with you are looking at me like a fool. And he was like, I'm so sorry. He just wanted to try a woman. And, you know, and he felt like I was perfect. And he also felt like that would kill the rumors because if he's dating someone like me, then definitely he's not... People would never think that we'd be in a relationship and not be doing anything at all. Even if I'm celibate, they would think that at least we'd be kissing or something. You know, so he felt like that, first of all, dating me kind of died the rumors down a little bit. And that made his life a little better.
A few moments later.
If I tell you that this guy basically told me that I was his beard for as long as we were together and I was in the dark. I'm just like, wow. And so we had a whole conversation and I just let him know that like going forward, we broke up obviously, but I just told him that going forward, he needs to be more open about his sexuality. The women that are gonna accept him, if he wants to experiment with a woman, there's ways to do it. Like you can experiment with a woman without dating the woman and you can now decide whether or not you're bi. But if at the moment you're trying to date a woman and you're still trying to mess with other guys, like, that's not you being bisexual, that's just you being gay. And you just need to be honest with anyone that you're trying to mess with because you can't make someone your beard without telling them that they are your beard. Oh my God. It was such an annoying conversation to have, but it was needed because I was annoyed simply because, you know, I felt like I'd been played for a fool. But at the same time, I understood where he was coming from because in Nigeria, Nigerian gay men aren't really allowed to be, I want to say they're not allowed to be gay. I mean, they are who they are, but they can't be open with their relationship, which is really annoying because I feel like everyone in the world should have a right to do exactly what they want. But in Nigeria, there's a 14-year sentence if they catch you doing anything gay, woman or guy. So it's a bit annoying. It's a bit frustrating in that sense. So I understood where he was coming from. Because he was such a public figure, he was worried about the image that was being pushed out of him and he didn't want a situation where it would mess with his image. So I was a perfect beard. So that's what happened. We're friends today, we talk now, we're cool, but it's just really messed up. So if you are a gay guy out there and you want to experiment with a woman, please just tell her. At the end of the day, if the girl likes you enough, she will experiment. She might even take it on as a challenge to change you because some women like to do that shit. So just be honest about who you are, everyone. Just be honest about who you are. It's so important because keeping someone in the dark and making them look stupid is the worst thing that you can possibly do to anyone. So I would say, please don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, just communicate. If you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're straight. If you're fluid, you're fluid. If you're bi, you're bi. If you're queer, you're queer. There's so many pronouns now to explain people and so many gender neutrals and so many, you know, ways to say who you are these days that I don't see why you can't express yourself. I mean, if you're in somewhere like Nigeria where there's, you know, sentences and there's government things that can come against you, you can still find people that you can trust, you know, that you can tell these things, especially if you're trying to date someone. You need to be honest with the person. A friend of mine asked me, she said, if he had told you from the beginning that you wear his beard, would you have dated him? And it was a very interesting question because I feel like, would I have dated him? Probably not. But at the same time, I could have pretended to be his beard for a couple of months. I could have, because it is what it is. He is a really good friend of mine. So I could have pretended to be his beard for a couple of months just so that people can say, okay, he's dated both spectrum, he's bi. as opposed to he's gay, he's gay, he's gay, because in Nigeria it's just a thing that's like people would rather accept you being bi than accept you being gay. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, but it's what it is. Yeah, so I could have been his beard, but I just would have just needed honesty. If he had just been honest from the jump, then we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I wouldn't be telling you the story time. Actually, maybe I still would, but it would be a story time where I didn't feel stupid, you know, at some point. It's just important for everyone to please just be honest about who you are. I feel like I've said this a lot in this video, but be honest about who you are. And I'm just gonna end this video right here. Thank you so much. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. If you've ever been in a situation like this, please share with me. And if you feel like the situation is crazy or anything, just let me know in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Welcome to the Taje fam. We'll catch you in my next video. Catch you in my next video.